The idea behind the learning paragraphs really came from two things. And one is there's a terrific book called How People Learn. They come up with three main keys for students. What are their conceptions? Because I have to identify them and challenge them, or else it will get in the way of the students' learning. So that's the first thing. The second thing is this idea that students need both factual knowledge, which we give plenty of, but conceptual frameworks to put the factual knowledge into. The third thing is they have to have metacognition. What metacognition is monitoring your learning. Most undergraduates don't do a lot of reflection. They're just glad to be able to get their work, get it done on time, take the test, and move on to the next thing. So I was trying to figure out a way to get them to stop and reflect. And how do I get them to reflect on their learning? And how can I get them some writing experience, just any? Because again, there's evidence that shows just writing. It doesn't have to be corrected, it doesn't have to be polished, they just need to write. And the more they write, the better they'll get. It's all about practice. So I thought, okay, well, let's do learning paragraphs. Then I had to figure out how to do them easily. Thankfully, we've got something on campus called a web queue that's part of the Catalyst tools. Beginning of the week, I would pose a question, and then they must submit this learning paragraph by Friday at 9 a.m. That gets them an opportunity to write, an opportunity to reflect, and then it gives me an opportunity to see what they're actually thinking. Some of my prompts would be, the things we're learning in class right now, how does it relate to your everyday life? What was the hardest thing this week that we talked about? Something that you're still struggling with, you've thought about it, and you still can't quite figure it out. So those would be the types of prompts. And they write only one paragraph, and that's what I tell them, just one paragraph. So every week, if you give a good faith effort, I will give you 5 points for doing this. So that's not a lot, but enough to get them to actually do it. So they submit on Friday, and the next Monday, I have to give them some feedback on it. I have to show them that I've actually sat and read their learning paragraphs. Once or twice I didn't do that, and I saw the learning paragraphs, the quality of them go down quite a bit. All right, so every Monday at the beginning of class, I'll 2 or 3 minutes just talk about something I read in one of their paragraphs, or I could say, oh, I saw a general theme that everybody seemed to have a hard time with this, so we'll take a few minutes and go over it today. Just something to indicate, yes, in fact, she had read it. So my class is 123 students. All right, so you could think, whoa, 123 learning paragraphs to read, that's quite a bit. Well, first of all, the way that WebQ gives me my results is very nice. In that one column, it will have their username, which I can immediately bring into my grade sheet and give them credit for it. So that makes grading quite easy. And then the next thing is their actual answers are in another column. All I have to do is spread out the Excel column, and I can actually see their answer right there. So I just sit there and scroll and skim. You must start at the beginning of the quarter, and you must be consistent throughout the quarter. And so long you've done that, that helps you gain some confidence. The students see it as just part of their normal routine, and then everything works out pretty well. And then next quarter, if everything worked well, you say, oh, okay, well maybe I'll try something else as well. And then slowly over the quarters, you can kind of build up a repertoire of activities to put into your classroom that's slowly but surely moving more and more from that passive lecturer into more of an active learning setting.